Alrighty, hello and welcome everyone to my vacation that I just went on to Hawaii. And as you can see here, I'm looking out at off the coast on the northern part of Hawaii, the Big Island. The YPO Valley is actually where I'm at right now. And I was just showing you the vehicle we drove up that hill in. And as we can see now, I'm looking at some coral and the sea urchin down there, the black guy with all the little spikes. Definitely don't want to touch those. They will sting you. So you're going to see a bunch of snorkeling video here that I took with my GoPro. There's some underwater action here. It was a lot of fun. You can see lots of those yellow fish. You're going to see a bunch of those throughout some of these videos. We're see lots of school of those fish there. It's pretty sweet. And some of those zebra striped ones. That big turquoise guy that you can see there, right in the middle, you can actually see his lips. They're all white, and then they have like a black liner around them. It's really funny. But when he starts chewing on coral, oh man, do you hear it? Like someone sitting next to you eating chips. It's really funny to listen to them underwater and eat whatever they're eating off the sides of the coral. It's pretty cool, gotta say. And that transition from the bright blue water to this turquoise green, that is crazy. I did not notice that when I was actually in the water myself. The spots that I'm at right now, as you can tell, they're pretty shallow. I'd say about 5 feet, maybe 5.5 at some spots. This is part of our nighttime snorkel. So we went out at nighttime after sunset, and we were trying to find manta rays. The idea here is that you put a lot of bright lights at the bottom of the ocean there on the floor, and then we have bright lights on this surfboard flotation raft that we're using to hang on to. So everyone's just kind of, there are about 7 or so of us hanging on to this, and the lights shine down. You're not seeing the lights from below right now because when I did look at them, it kind of just blurred out the whole image. So I don't show you that, but off in the darkness, you can see there's nothing out there. Well, there is stuff out there, but you can't see it. It's crazy to be at night in the ocean. I mean, it really just doesn't show anything. So you just kind of, you know, go along with it, right? It's a little crazy, but that's, you know, nothing's gonna happen right where you're at. A lot of dolphins swim around this area, so you're not too concerned about sharks or anything like that. But we didn't see any manta rays at night. But the next couple days later, we went on a snorkel tour to Captain Cook's monument location, and like 30 seconds after jumping in the water and looking down, I saw a manta ray. So here I am watching it. I actually followed this manta ray for about 5 minutes, and it's just swimming along. And right now I'm diving to go deeper to try and get a little bit closer to it. And I'm still, even at this point right now, and I can only guesstimate because it's pretty tough to gauge how far down you actually are, but I can only imagine that it's still another 30-some feet below me. This thing has to be about 6 feet wide, tip to tip, and that's a guesstimate again, but it's not a real big one. It definitely could have been a male, which they are smaller than the females. But yeah, it was unfortunate that we didn't see any at the nighttime because the ones that show up at night usually are a lot bigger, and females, they can be anywhere from 8 to 16 feet or even up to maybe 20 feet wide. So pretty crazy, and it's too bad we didn't see any of the large manta rays there, but to see one, so cool. I mean, just look at it, just hovering along the bottom there like a little stealth bomber. I'm just amazed that I actually saw it when I jumped into the water and looked down. You can see that it had 2 kind of glowing points by its mouth. And they just eat plankton. So they just swim around with their big old mouth open, and the plankton goes in their mouth and then gets sifted. Kind of like some fibrous material in their gills, and that catches the plankton, and then they eat it from there. And the rest of the water, it's pretty crazy. There's no way. I wanted to try and get in front of it, and it's actually going pretty quick. It doesn't look like it's going very fast, but it's so far down there, it's insane. I'm swimming right now to like kind of keep up with it, as well as try to keep the cameras So glad and happy that I got to see at least one. So neat. Just look at it going. Right now we got a lot of coral here, and of course some more of those yellow fish that are very, very popular in Hawaii. There, probably one of the most popular fish you'll see when you go snorkeling. This is still at that Captain's Cook Monument location, and some people are doing the snuba diving, where they have a flotation device up on the top of the water that holds their air tube, and then they can go down below connected to this flotation with an air tube. So that's why they're down a little bit farther down. They're not carrying, you know, air tanks on their back or anything. They're just with a mouthpiece to a tube that goes up. So like the very, very beginning of underwater diving. And again, some more of these yellow fish. So this location where I'm at right now is actually like an old, what's it? It's like a, there's a dockyard that had like a sugar mill nearby, and they would do a lot of the transportation for sugar on and off the island here. And you'll see eventually, I'm not sure if the next video has it or not, but right now the water, the tide was really high. There's a chain link. And you can see the fish were just kind of getting pushed back and forth in the tide. It was kind of crazy. But here's, like I said, you'll see lots of these schools of the yellow fish. They're very common. But I found this one and said, I think I'm going to go down here and swim, and then boom! Like a bomb went off right in the middle of them. And they all scatter about here. So I ruined the school party there. But that's alright. Just having a good time, you know. There's one of those kind of zebra-styled fishes there. Oh, there's the chain. So these, it's like probably connected to some type of anchoring for the ships that would have sailed in here. They probably didn't fit all the way up to like the edge of like the beach or the dock, so they probably had to kind of park a little ways out, and they probably used these chain links to link up and keep the boat in the bay there, and run docking out to them to get stuff on and off, or even probably a rowboat potentially. But either which way, kind of cool to see a giant chain link down there in the bottom, just from this old sugar mill. There it is again. And all the coral and everything just kind of growing all on top of it, and it's just become one with the bottom of the ocean now. But I mean, you can see it's those good-sized chain links there to hold a ship. And now it's just crusted over with all kinds of coral. So the spot was a little murky, and this was also during a high tide warning that on the north part of the island they had up to 15-foot, not swells necessarily, but a rise in the ocean, and there was actually some concern for people's houses. But I don't think anything ended up happening that we heard about, so it's kind of cool. This is on a hike that we went to, and we got to go to this little waterfall and learn about how waterfalls are made and all that good stuff. And got to do a little swimming, so I had fun with doing some footage here with the GoPro at the water level there and just watching the waterfall down. Always kind of fun swimming underneath the waterfall. That's not too tall, because obviously the taller the waterfall, the harder that water is falling and faster. But I'm just having some fun with the GoPro, which did amazing, by the way. If you do ever get one of these and get an underwater case for it, it's outstanding. Yeah, complete confidence in taking it down there, and the video quality, as you can see, is just amazing. I did shoot this in 1920 by 1440, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I gotta say, I hope you guys enjoy. I was gonna put some pictures up here to fill out the rest of the time. I took some still shots, and I don't have them ready, so you'll just kind of look at them as I'm going along. But I captured probably some more of the yellowfish, and I caught the yellow one with the kind of extended tail that sticks out. A couple shots there, and unfortunately I didn't see any sea turtles this time, but what you gonna do, you know. I did manage to have some sea turtles wash up on shore during our actual wedding ceremony, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, just kind of thought I'd share some of my footage with you guys from my Hawaii trip, and most of this is taken off of the west side of the island near Kona. either within about an hour south or an hour north of Kona and the airport there. All the best snorkeling, I think even locals would say, is all on that west side there. There's not too much on the north side, and there is probably some on the south side, and then of course on the east side, but the east side is kind of it's the Hilo side, which is the main city and where most people live, and a little bit more just, you know, regular city life over there. So to get away from all that, you kind of go to the west side, and really the north is really nice. Had a fantastic time in Hawaii, always do, and the weather was just amazing, and I hope you guys enjoy some of the snorkeling footage here, and I'll see you guys all in the regular videos as we continue and get back to some live streaming and whatnot. It's kind of been a crazy week for me, so there hasn't been any live streams, and my work schedule was all kind of whacked out, so of course there's that. But you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video.